Want to cook like a top chef?
Nice and slow gives you a crispy chicken.
Tips for making a simple but divine one-pot dinner.
People can say, I need a recipe. Well, you don't.
You can actually turn this dish into a Moroccan dish, a Mexican dish.
And transforming it with spices.
Padma snuck some chilies in there. Awesome. It's a beauty.
I don't like it. I love it.
Plus, it's a Top Chef reunion on The Good Dish. That's next.
Welcome to The Good Dish. Today's show is a bit of a personal one for me because my two worlds are colliding in a way that has never happened before. My Top Chef family is joining my Good Dish family. Padma Lakshmi and Tom Colicchio are here. It's an hour full of food and fun as we celebrate Top Chef over the years and prepare for our new season that premieres tonight. So let's dish.
The kitchen has always been the center of my world because life is more delicious when it's full of food and fun.
Everybody knows me as a culinary expert and food judge on television, but also I'm a mom trying to get dinner on the table.
From Hollywood to home, I bring Southern sweet and Caribbean heat. And I'm not afraid to stir the pot.
Good food, good friends, good dish.
I'm so proud of you. Welcome.
Hello. You got a crowd. I got a here. Hello.
So good to see you.
Welcome.
How
are you? A big part.
I love it.
So amazing to see in person.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, honey.
It's a proper party.
Of course. I feel like I'm visiting mom at work.
You know what's funny? I was thinking that too. I feel like my older siblings, not very much older, my siblings are meeting like my new love interest for the first time.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like we're going for dinner
boyfriend.
and I'm introducing my family, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
this
you're
is
bringing
funny and
home.
special.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we're the boyfriend then?
Well,
Sort of.
Okay.
Girlfriends,
Two-headed.
very open scenario.
Well, love interest, you've got the best, one of the best ones
Maybe
here.
we're vying for her affection. Maybe
Yes.
it's a, you know.
You can fight over me.
Food fight.
Or not,
We
or
do,
throw me,
yeah.
exactly.
But we
Throw
won't
me the-
embarrass you in front of your
Okay.
people. We won't embarrass
It's hard. They have seen me through thick
We
and thin
embarrass
at
her
this
all
point.
the time.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
We'll let
right.
you do that.
There's cocktails, and you made me a cocktail.
We did.
Awesome. Gin and tonic.
They had
Great.
some inside information.
Are we making you drink alone though? That feels like a faux pas.
Yeah.
I know why. This is actually
This is
unfair.
shameful. Why do
You
I
know,
want
in the
water?
early seasons, I used to make the drinks on the show, and then I graduated to finally saying, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm a producer now. I refuse. But in the first, like literally for the first 5, 6, maybe even 7 years, we were making the drinks back there. And I don't even drink a lot on set. I learned that the hard way because I have 2 drinks and I get slurry.
Two?
1.5.
Ships.
Yeah, 1.5. So one time we were doing something with a vodka challenge, and you know, lighting was taking a long time. So I was sitting there, and the bartender was like, "Here, try this one, try that one. Here's another cocktail." And just, you know, without meaning to, I got totally lit. And then when we had to do the actual challenge, I just lost the ability to speak clearly.
There's
you know?
a name for this too. It's called champagne pot.
I was going to say, the world loves champagne Padma. There's no question.
Yeah, well, there's a
It's
very
one of the
narrow
many
window.
amazing Padmas.
That is the mark of a real family, though, when you can, you know, support each other through those slurrable moments. And honestly,
Yes.
I bet there were like 2 hours of really fun, solid moments, and then, you know, there's the slip down.
Yes.
Yeah, we peaked
I gotta go
early.
have a nap.
Yes.
Well,
Yes, because we're in food comas.
Well, see, but that's the problem, because if a judge's table goes really long, and some of them really do, then you kind of have to keep bumping it up. You can't, you know, just
The
kinda
energy
stop,
gets low.
right?
Yes.
So you got to keep bumping it up.
Yeah.
Who's the rally rabbit? Who's the one who like pumps your energy up when you are feeling that slump in the moment?
We all have our moments.
We all take turns. You gotta be
It's usually
careful.
like Padma yelling, like, "Can we just get out of here? Like,
Yeah,
come on,
like,
speed it up,
that's
come
the
on.
motivation.
We need to get out of here."
Yeah,
It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
You eat all that food, the dresses get tighter, the heels get more painful.
How do you do that?
Especially for
Well-
Tom.
I
His
mean,
heels
we
are-
deal
Well,
with that.
well,
I
I mean-
mean, the show, we deal with that
Tell the truth, I'm
ourselves.
wearing shorts under the table. I have shorts on and you know,
doing like
a
the
jacket and tie
sportscaster move.
with shorts on,
This is so good.
flip flops.
Yeah, he usually has the gin and tonic between his legs under judge's table and shorts.
Yeah.
Bermuda shorts.
We are learning so much.
Is that in your
Well,
rider?
actually, and one of the questions we get asked
I don't have one.
all the time is what we eat behind the scenes.
Yes.
Cocktail included. So I brought you a few things that we eat. The one thing I wanted to get, but didn't have time to make this morning for you, was your chili cheese toast, which you do make for me late night sometimes. But otherwise, Tom and my favorite snacks: black licorice, beef jerky. We snack on a lot of dark chocolate.
This is mine.
And this is her, like, she's being virtuous. And I'm like, oh, actually, that looks really good. It does.
Because I eat so much. I eat twice as much as these two because of the quick fires. And, you know, it's a lot of food is going through this body. So I try to hedge my bets and be careful. But, you know, once you're eating like 12 contestants' food.
After we've eaten, so many courses of food, we go through a judge's table and Padma's like, okay, where are we going for dinner?
Yeah.
Dinner.
I have a bottom
Like 7 hours later, we eat another meal. That's my
greatest. That's my greatest superpower. I can eat as much as he can drink.
Okay, when we come back, we're putting our taste buds to the test with Top Chef's most famous quickfire challenge, the blind taste test.
Like something you saw on the show today? We're dishing all the details on the good list. All the recipes, important tips, and tricks, all in one place. So stay tuned until the end of the show when we'll share the good list QR code. You can scan to send it all right to your phone.
We're back with our Top Chef reunion, and Tom and Padma have joined the fun. And now it's time for the most popular quickfire challenges from Top Chef, the blind taste test. Tom and Padma are going to be challenging our taste buds. I'm a little nervous. But
I'm really excited about this.
I'm nervous.
We got pretty competitive people.
Oh, good. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous.
Oh, she goes hard. She goes for blood in competition. So I'm just like, I just want to make it through without her taking us all out.
It's, you know what? I like to. This is leaning into the craft. This is honing the skill.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
All right, should we do it?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Padma.
All right, wait, who's gonna blindfold
let me
first?
come over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are each getting, I'm gonna come over here, you are each getting a tray of 5 mystery ingredients. Whoever guesses the most correctly is the winner, okay? Jamaica is first up. Please put your blindfold on.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so please can we have
pressure.
30 seconds on the clock?
Oh.
Jamaica, we're going to, I'm
That's
gonna
hard.
start you.
Start.
Don't listen
There's
to
an
him.
order
You
here,
got
I
this. Okay, just pay attention to your mouth. I'm gonna give you the first one here. Okay, use your fingers. Yes, and put it in your mouth.
We have 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
Oh, that's mango. I got
Okay, great.
All right.
Good.
That's
Let's
like
keep
a
going.
that one.
That's
Okay,
it.
so
Okay,
do
I'm
the
getting cocky
same
now.
with this one.
That's a real sensory.
You know
Rosemary?
this. Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
There's water. You want water?
I didn't want water.
Get rid of it.
Get this out of my mouth.
Here, just spit.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. That tastes like bad grass. What is this? Peanut butter. Or no, it's not the sunflower butter?
I have
Yeah,
bad
close
news for you. 30 seconds is up.
It's
I'm
fast.
sorry. You didn't do badly
well.
at all. Yeah,
Okay.
you want a piece of
blue
apple?
Just
cheese
gotta
anyway.
move faster.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm nervous, guys.
All right,
Are
Daphne.
you ready, Daphne?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Put
That
your
was very good.
blindfold on.
All right, here we go.
No cheating.
No
It wasn't
cheating.
crazy.
The oyster sauce, I thought would have been.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
We have 30 seconds on the
Yeah.
clock, please.
Okay.
All right, here is your first one. Use your fingers.
Oh, God, that's gotta hurt.
Tarragon.
Great. Here's your second one.
Honey mustard.
Oh, good.
Yeah, wow.
Okay, here's the towel, and here's your third one.
Cashew.
Okay.
She's ready.
Oh, what in the? A lychee.
Very good.
She ate it even.
Yeah.
Oh, what the?
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Miso paste.
Very
Yeah.
good.
We have a little meat. There you go.
I have
You have a
never.
little.
That's your
Help me,
parting
Padma.
gift.
Miso on the chin there.
There you go. Parting gift. There you go. That's what you
Thank
win.
you, Padma.
That's your
I have
You
to
guys
tell you.
both did really well.
I have never in my life managed to eat on this show in a competition that doesn't end up entirely.
Yes, I know.
Everybody, you
Baby
guys know
steps.
it's my thing. I'm gonna need you here more often to help me out with this move. But this is so fun.
I want to do Gail now.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Okay, this is the moment of truth, ladies.
You're going to do great, I'm sure, kiddo. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, so we need 25 seconds on the clock. Come on.
That's right. A+ level.
All right, let's start first with this one. Use your fingers. You know this.
That also. Oh, basil.
Yeah. Okay, this one. It's a little watery. Be careful.
Drink it.
There's lime. There's
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh my God. I think it's cola.
Yes, yes,
It's
yes.
a luscious.
Yes, it is. It's a luscious diet.
Ah. Whoa.
It is a luscious diet Coke.
That is really nice. That is her drink. When she needs a pick-me-up, her drink is a Diet Coke with like extra
like
lime,
5 limes.
which everyone calls the luscious. It's like her signature when she needs to,
Yeah.
I'm only
get the
ever
energy
going to
back.
call it that from now on.
It's kind of perfect.
Luscious.
Yeah.
It makes it so satisfying. I want a luscious with this chili cheese toast thing.
oh, yeah.
It sounds
That's a good
so
combo,
good.
for sure.
Do it offset. All right.
Okay, when we come back to our Top Chef reunion, Tom is showing the very best way to get the perfect crispy skin on your roast chicken. Stick around.
Delightful. Get to taste your
I took that photo that was in the middle of the night at judges' table, and that is real. She went down. So, I mean, I don't want to say anything, but HR, keep your eye on this scout.
So epic, Gail. I love it. It's so
My
good.
finest moment.
It is a Top Chef reunion here at the Good Dish today, and that was a clip of Andy Cohen reminiscing about a particularly long night taping the judges' table deliberations. Gail fell asleep. Padma was still wide awake. Were there lusciouses involved?
Apparently not enough.
Not
Do you
enough.
remember that?
Oh, very well. We were in Puerto Rico, and it was like what I almost was about to say if you kept watching the clip is that it was like 6 a.m. and we'd been up all night.
I don't know how you were sleeping because the roosters were crowing.
It's true.
The roosters were awake.
Sun
She
was
can sleep
blazing.
through anything, so watch out for that. If you feed her,
Thanks for the
feed
warning.
her in small portions. If you feed her too much, she conks out.
Yeah.
Other than that, she's great.
Yeah.
We're learning so much about you today. Now, Tom, if I can make you blush for just a moment, because you are a culinary legend. If you didn't know that about yourself, you are. And you have some of the most beloved restaurants, and you've reinvented American cuisine. Like, let's be frank about that. You have.
Thank you.
And if I may go in, doing my research, you've been named one of the sexiest men alive, if we can put that out there as well.
In my younger days.
In
yeah.
your-
She knows it all. I love it.
Long time ago.
Well, there's so much to gush over you about, and now we got to add your cooking to the list. So will you please tell us
Yeah.
what you are making today?
Well, I think that's how it started.
Yes.
But no, so during the last 2 years, I've been cooking pretty much breakfast, lunch, and dinner at home. And of course, when you whip up a gourmet meal, you're using a lot of different pots and pans. And I got tired of doing dishes, so I try to do everything in one pot. And so what we do here, we have a chicken dish, and so we start out just by taking the chicken, cutting it up. Now, if you have a larger chicken, you can also cut the breast in half. The other thing I would strongly suggest is leaving it on the bone. We're trying to get this done quickly today, so we took them off the bone. But leaving the bone in place because the bone's going to add a lot of flavor and keep it moist. Now, salt and pepper. Make sure the chicken is really dry before it goes in the pan. So take a paper towel, make sure it's really dry. And the other thing is, to brown the chicken, you don't need flames shooting out in the air. That's all good for TV, but you really don't need to do that. Nice and slow gives you a crispy chicken. And so keep it slow, keep the breast down. You see how it gets nice and crispy.
That's nice.
See, you can hear the crackle when you go like that. Now, what I like to do for this recipe is we cook the chicken till it's about 3/4 of the way done. So you're going to cook it on both sides. And Daphne, if you can take this out of here and put it over here to get rid of that. We'll get this together to get this done quickly. So this has been cooking for a little longer than we've had here so far. Now what we do is keep the pan hot.
Get all those
not too hot.
beautiful bits.
Yep, all those bits are good. A lot more olive oil. Okay. Now, the other thing that's really important, don't take all these vegetables and dump them in the pan. If you do that, it's going to lower the temperature, and you're going to end up steaming everything as opposed to like sautéing or roasting it. So we add our vegetables to the pan. We can add the potatoes next.
Yep.
And again, you can cut them any way you like. It really doesn't matter. What we don't want to do is overcrowd this. Now, in terms of the amounts, because everybody can say, well, how much? This is a visual thing. we want to pretty much have the same amount of each of the vegetables, right? And we're going to let this just, again, because this is an electric range, we're going to go back and forth and kind of move these around. Make sure we season them. Daphne, if you can hit this with some pepper, that'd be great.
Pepper?
There we go. Salt and pepper's good. And I like to add lemon to this, so we'll add some lemons too. Now, we're going to add some herbs to this. Now, Padma, I know you like cooking with different spices.
I do.
Now, the cool thing about this dish right now is you can move this in a lot of different directions depending on the spices. So what would you do at home? I think you have some
I
spices
would use
here.
the same exact ingredients you have, but if I wanted to have a Mexican feel to it, I would add cumin seeds, Mexican oregano, which we have right here, and some chipotle or morita powder, or if you can't find that, which you can, but if you can't, go with smoked paprika. If you wanted to do something a little more Eastern, you could do here fennel seeds, some turmeric, which is an antioxidant, some garam masala, some ginger. You could just slice that, and when you put the onions in, put it in, and whole coriander. Using the same ingredients that Tom is just showing you, changing the spices will give you a whole different personality to your dish.
Okay. The other thing, make sure, don't skimp on the oil, because you need a good amount of oil to roast this. And this is good olive oil, so you don't have to worry about it. You know, it's good fat. There's good fat and bad fat. This is good fat. So we want these vegetables, again, we're going to cook this nice and slowly, because we want these to be about almost cooked through. And then what we do is, and you could do this on top of the stove, or you can actually take this the way it is now before you add the chicken and put it in the oven for about 10 minutes or so. And then we add the chicken back to the top. There we go.
Smells
I'll use
so
my hands
good.
because that's
And
what I
how
do.
long
we're at home.
do you think that it would take to brown both sides of that chicken before? Like
No,
10, 12 minutes?
Yeah, if you do it really slow, 10 to 12 minutes. Yeah, take your time with it. So I think this goes in the oven.
Can I do the honors?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a team effort
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Chili just got
Putting everybody to work today. Thank you. All right.
off. There we go. Keep it safe.
Let's see. Oh my gosh.
That looks beautiful.
All right.
Look
looks
at
gorgeous.
this.
We have
Somebody
one
take a
through the
picture of
magic of
this
television. Here we go.
I give you this.
It's a beauty.
one. My goodness. Woo!
Here, Daphne.
I've got to park this one.
Oh,
you.
this will
Let's
be
go
right
right-
there.
Take a look.
Put it right there.
There we
Yes.
go.
You want to plate one,
Indeed.
Tom, over here on
Yeah,
this
that's
plate?
fine.
There
Thank
we
you.
go.
Thank you.
Now that is magnificent right there.
And the
Yes,
neat thing
let's
about
take
this,
that
one pan,
Here.
so you have one pot to clean up, and you have your vegetables in there, you have your protein in there, and it's delicious. And
It really is
I
beautiful.
love the charred lemon. I think that is just delicious.
Key to
All right.
the whole thing.
Now I've been tasting while you've been cooking all this, and I have to say, Tom, I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like it. I love
it.
it, my dude. Yes, I love it.
thank you.
This is the quintessential simple is best.
Right.
I mean, all you did was roast chicken and put vegetables, but the flavors
Season
are
it.
exquisite. Oh, yet another reason to love this man over here. All right, so for the full recipe for Tom's roast chicken and veggies, it can be found on gooddishtv.com. And up next, it's not every day we have all three top chef judges in one place, so we are going to be milking them for all the behind the scenes secrets. Oh yes, I can't wait for this. Welcome back to The Good Dish and the Ultimate Top Chef reunion here today. Now let's go back to where it all began. Gail. You are in the hot seat all day today.
It's all right. It's okay.
Because we heard you had quite the experience on your audition for Top Chef. Tell us what happened.
Well, you know, the audition table, and we've like touched on this before, that none of us knew what we were getting into. I mean, this was 16 plus years ago, and reality television was very different. It was in its like beginnings. Reality competitions to me meant like really scary, like being tied to a tree in a bikini eating maggots. Like I didn't know. Well, that's what it was in the early days before.
Some of
Right?
it, yes.
I was horrified. How was I like going to explain this to my mother? So.
In season one, that could have been a challenge.
It could.
I was going to say, it wasn't
Not
in
far
this
off.
show, it's only me in a bikini eating
Yeah,
maggot.
right, exactly. She had to take that for the team. No. So going in, I really had no idea what to expect. I went to the screen test, and that one of the questions they had asked me was about an experience I'd had in a restaurant that was a really negative experience and how I reacted, you know, what my criticism was. And I told them a story about how I had cried over burnt eggs really recently at a local diner, and how the eggs were just cooked so poorly several times, and I don't know what came over me, but I burst into tears, and I found out later that's how I got the job. And I think in a way it did sort of open a window to how I talk about food, how we all talk
Yeah.
about food, our passion, and in turn, 19 seasons later, we could have never known. I don't think any of us had really the understanding of what it would turn into, but that's also what we get from so many of our viewers now. It's just that passion of how they feel and how that they relate to those experiences.
I wonder if that's everyone who has that, or if that's really why, like, we all found our way to food. That need for food to be the experience you know it can be, and the weight of that in your life is so real. But I do wonder if people listen to that and are like, "Is she crazy? Like, it's an egg, you know?
No,
She's
but
not crazy."
We just love our food. That's all.
Gail
it
is
is.
right. Like Tom and Gail were on the first season, so they had really no idea. And I was talking to Bravo about developing the show in the first season, but then like I went off to do this movie and they didn't want to wait. So like they filmed the first season. So I had the benefit that they didn't have. I did see the first season that they filmed, you know, without
I don't
me.
recommend you going back.
I think season 20 should be bring it all forward, bring it all back again.
Yes.
So I was lucky.
Maggots and bikinis and all that.
all the things.
Yeah, you're right. You got to see it. You see what it was.
And I thought it was a good show. Like the bones were really good, and I just took the job. I thought it'd be great for my cookbook at the time, never realizing it would become this huge behemoth
Yeah,
and
you know,
family.
the one thing we figured out, there's two things I think really makes the show. One, we figured out very early on that we had to have a real honest conversation, not an over-the-top, conversation about, destroying someone's, ego.
Soul.
Yeah, it's really an
Crushing their lives.
honest conversation about the food that we're eating. That's the only way the viewer can experience it, because they can't eat it. Right? It's not like some of the other shows with fashion where you can actually see it. The other thing is that from day one, our producers have been very fluid in terms of what we do and how we do it. We have producers that they aren't locked into this is the way we do it and that's it, and they
made a
take
lot of
cues from us,
changes.
and they'll listen to us, and we listen to them, and so it's a completely different show, and I think much better because of it. It's not a formula and that's it. We don't change it.
I think for me as a super fan, like seeing from day one how you all have changed, like from the outfits and the hair. Well, maybe not the hairstyles for Tom, but seeing your progression.
This goes through its iterations.
I know, but it's just seeing the progression and even seeing how the chefs, the contestants have evolved in their restaurants and their books, like how they become such rock stars and famous off of that. Like that, I think, to be a part of that, I think that is so impressive.
The thing I'm most proud of with Top Chef. No other show, not even American Idol, no other show on any channel in any genre can boast the, like legit titans of the industry.
Right.
Yeah. They will tell you it is the hardest challenge of their professional careers. They never forget it.
No, you have phenomenal competitors, and the food you eat looks incredibly delicious. And there's only one time I can think of that there was the spoiled seafood dilemma that Tom saved you both from. Can you describe what went down in this issue?
Do you remember this?
I don't remember most of anything, but yes, I do remember.
Vegas, yes.
We were in the desert. We were in the desert. Yeah.
We were in the desert and the food had been sitting. It wasn't the contestants' fault. This food had been sitting out longer than it should because of the logistics of the
It's also
challenge.
110 degrees in the
It
desert.
really,
Okay, she's being nice.
Yeah.
I question the judgment of the chef who does that kind of
Raw
dish
food, right? Raw cod.
in the desert on the rock.
Like that cod is so far away from this desert to begin with.
Right, exactly.
To bring this cod to the desert, like, it's just really, really bad. But I put it in my mouth, and I tried. So twice since we started shooting the show, I've spit food out. Once they didn't catch me. The second time I tried to hide behind a cactus, and it didn't work.
Well, because you have to remember, it is reality TV. There is a portion of this that should be the real world Top Chef. It is like...
Yeah, but why do I need to suffer? I'm not in the competition. No.
There you go.
Well, now this season takes place in Houston. So now, Padma, tell us what we can expect from this, because I feel like you are going to bring it this season.
Oh my God,
like
I
never
love
before.
Houston. I have spent some time in Austin, but never in Houston. But more, yes, it is good food. And the reason it's such good food is because it's so diverse. In fact, we did a beautiful Asian challenge. We created this night market in the Top Chef kitchen. It looks so beautiful, and the light was down. I'm like, can we just have this beautiful lighting all the time?
I love it.
We also, of course, introduced that Nigerian food. Of course, we're doing queso and Tex-Mex and brisket and barbecue and all in the first 3 weeks. So of course, I'm just so full.
10 pounds later.
I gain 10 to 15 pounds every season.
I don't know how
it never
you
shows.
Also, we have a great cast this season, and you mentioned how the chefs changed over the years. we've seen this in the last 5 years, but especially the last 2 years. They're all really helpful. There's no more backstabbing, and I think our industry is changing for the best, and I think you're seeing it on our show. But it's a great cast, and it was really exciting. The other great thing is, because of the pandemic, we started using past contestants as judges. They were quarantined with us, and we do it again this season, and it's really great because they have a different perspective than we have because they've been through the competition.
And it's more
really great.
fun.
Yeah.
It's like a big family reunion.
It is.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great season. You guys, up next, Tom and Padma are sticking around to help judge a special Houston-inspired Tex-Mex edition of the Great American Dish-Off in honor of this new season. Don't go away.
No chef is complete without their knife set. And today, only one will walk away with the coveted golden knives. It's the Great American Dish-Off. These are our finalists. First up, born and raised in Texas, Misty says that she just had to jump on a plane the moment she knew she could cook for her favorite Top Chef judges and show off her mother's Tex-Mex taco soup. Next, we have Caesar, who says he's never missed an episode of Top Chef and is ready to make his favorite judges proud with his Mexican roots and Tex-Mex birria tacos. And last but certainly not least, we have a Top Chef superfan, Courtney, who is ready to make Houston proud with her ultimate Tex-Mex dessert. Who will be packing their knives and going home today? Only the judges can tell us. Deliberating today is Gail Simmons and a television collaboration for the ages, Top Chef judge Tom Colicchio and host Padma Lakshmi. And Daphne will be helping me out today on this side of the kitchen. Tom and Padma, what flavors do you love most about Tex-Mex cuisine?
I would say the chilies and the garlic and the lemon and the cilantro. That's pretty much what I like.
Yeah, I like all of those, but also if the salsa has a hit of acid, kind of brings it all together.
Lime.
Lime.
Necessary.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you very much for letting me join you on this side of the table. How exciting. Misty, tell us what makes your Tex-Mex dish so special.
Okay, so my special ingredient, my secret seasoning, is Sazon seasoning. It is the best seasoning. It's full of flavor. You will love it. Everybody loves it when I cater. I'm always out of taco soup when I finish it. Yes.
It's always a good sign.
Yes, it is. Great.
Sazon is her secret. Judges, please weigh in on Misty's taco soup for the soul.
I think it has a lot of flavor. I love how comforting it is. I'm sure it will be even better the next day, which is always a plus. And it probably freezes well.
You know what I like about it is it's built as a soup, and it's not like a chili. It's not thick. It's actually a soup, which is really nice. It has a lot of good flavor. Enough heat. It's a little kick in the back. Really, really nice. I like it. I'm enjoying it.
A lot more flavorful than I thought. I
Yeah,
would say the one thing about it is add the actual tortillas closer to the end, right before serving, because if they
Right.
sit in the soup too long, they're gonna get soggy and you really miss that crunch.
Right, absolutely.
And I love the fresh salsa on top.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I would try to do, the corn, is maybe char it a little bit to get some smoky flavor in the stew. That could be good.
Delicious.
All right, thank you, Misty.
Very good. All right, Caesar, what is the secret to your Tex-Mex birria tacos?
My secret ingredient is my pepper paste.
What's in your pepper paste?
You're gonna get a whole bunch of different flavors: chocolate, anise, beer. You gotta have that beer in there. It's just an explosion of flavors in your mouth once you're eating it.
All right, Gail and Tom, did you experience an explosion in your mouth with Caesar's dish?
Yeah. Okay. I have one question though. Why are you using beef and not lamb or goat?
Well, it's you don't get more Tex-Mex than brisket, and mine is just seasoned to perfection. Once we started making the birria to make it appeal to more people, that's why we decided to go with brisket.
Got it.
Nice.
Okay.
It is flavorful.
Yeah.
We have a little game we play on Top Chef where anytime someone says in your mouth, we have to drink.
Take a shot.
So this explosion in your mouth. All I hear is in your mouth.
Yep.
In your mouth.
That's a little tequila for everyone. There you go. I think there is a lot of flavor. You definitely taste the dried chilies, which I really like. Again, I just want the tortilla to have a little more texture because it gets a little bogged down.
Yeah. No, typically I don't like raw onion, but I like it in this dish.
Because he's used it judiciously.
Yeah.
You didn't overdo it. I hate when people just throw handfuls of raw onion on everything. I think that the chili paste is lovely. What I would do is fry this tortilla a little bit so it's a little crispy, and then just slather the chili paste only on the inside because it becomes very hard to eat and messy. And tacos are messy, that's fine. But you don't want like the chili all over your fingers. So you can use the same amount. I would just put it on the inside of the taco before you fill it. And that way the outside remains dry. And if I have a white dress on, I'm still good for the party.
You're always good for a party.
Yeah,
Padma.
thank you. I think so, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Caesar. Coming up,
Thank you, guys.
the competition gets even tighter when Courtney reveals what's in her Tex-Mex dessert. Who will win the coveted golden knives? You'll find out next. We're back with the Great American Dish-Off Top Chef Tex-Mex edition. These Top Chef superfans have brought the heat. Well, who will be bringing home our trophy and who will be packing their knives and going home? Padma, I've always wanted to say that. Misty made a tasty taco soup while Caesar made his peppery birria tacos. And now,
Courtney, please reveal the secret to your beautiful Tex-Mex dessert.
My secret ingredient is ground jalapeno and ancho chili powder.
ooh. Well, well, well. All right. Judges, please weigh in on Courtney's dessert.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for key lime. Love it. Right. I think the flavors are really good. The only problem, it eats really dry because the shell is a little on the thick side. I love the kick in the end, too. A little bit of chili at the end and the key lime together. I think that's a great combination. I just wish this were a little crispier and thinner, the shell.
I think this is a really creative and fun dessert that uses a lot of wonderful tropical ingredients. I would actually suggest you just pare back one ingredient because you have lime, you have coconut, you have mango, you have cinnamon. They're all beautiful, but a little bit of editing is what I would say would make this dish pop even more because you want to taste the purity of each flavor and not have too many warring flavors compete on your palate. You know, you don't have to use like everything in your paint box when you're making a dessert. And I think there's actually room for a little editing here, but very little editing. Just removing one ingredient, I think, would focus this dessert and really make it something special.
Well, thank you. This is great, exciting, constructive criticism.
I agree. I actually really love the play of the chili and the plantain and the key lime. For me, on the shell, it's the coating of sugar that I think is giving me pause. There's a lot of it, so it all ends up sort of like on my face, and I just don't think it's necessary. I think if you had a really crispy shell, you wouldn't need that extra layer of sugar coating the tacos.
I like that because it's like the buonello, you know? It's like,
Yeah, a
you get
little
that
bit,
kind
sure.
of thing.
Churro.
And-
Just like a thinner,
like a churro.
Yeah, it's true.
So I like that.
I just think it needs to be a little thinner. It felt
yeah.
like I was getting so much of it, and it changes the texture. I'm not getting the beautiful textures inside as much.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's going to be a close call. This is exciting discussion on the judges panel. It is time to confer and choose the winner of today's Great American Dish-Off. Judges, who made the best Tex-Mex? We are looking at a very tight race here.
She's here. She's here.
Yes. Yeah.
You are much better than I am.
All right, we have reached a decision. The winner of the Golden Knives is Misty. Congratulations.
Yes! The Golden Knives! Yes! Take it! High five, hug the whole thing.
Congratulations.
Awesome, awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
I know.
Okay. Taco soup.
Jefferson,
Misty.
Texas. Texas in the building. Tell us how you feel. Tell us how you feel, Misty.
I feel wonderful. This is my mom's recipe. Her name is Glenda from Jefferson. Mama, thank you. Glenda.
Thank you, Misty. That was
thank you
delicious.
so
And a
much.
special
Oh my
thank you to my Top Chef family, Padma and Tom. Thanks for being with us today. It really did mean a lot to all of us. We're all big fans, me especially. And it really meant a lot that both of my worlds have come together today. Make sure to tune in to our Top Chef Season 19 premiere tonight on Bravo. We'll be right back.
I love the read. This is like pure comfort with craziness on top of it.
I know.
I said it. Today was such a good day at The Good Dish. I loved seeing your worlds collide. It was so much fun with our Top Chef reunion today, Padma, Tom, getting to hear all of their stories about just your 16 years together and the breadth of things you've seen and tasted and laughed about and drank together.
Yes, I mean, it sounds like we drink a lot, but truthfully, we don't get to sit down on the couch, so to speak.
Yes.
It's a bit of therapy, but it also makes me realize how lucky I am to have had this piece of my life for so long with people who I truly love, who know me really well, and who, I admire implicitly at the same time, right?
Yeah.
It's a nice thing. We're excited about the season.
And I like to see you sitting and judging and doing your thing, but then here you get to kind of lay back,
Oh,
unbutton
yeah.
a little, have a good
Trust
time,
me.
laugh and joke and talk, and it gets to show on camera, so everybody gets to see how funny this one is over here. Yes. All right, so now it's time for the good list. You see that QR code on your screen? Yes, that one right there. Open your camera app and hold your phone right up to it, and it'll take you to the recipes and more from today's show. You can also head to gooddishtv.com to get it all. Now, what is for dinner tonight? Oh yes, none other than Tom Colicchio's roasted chicken and seasonal vegetables. Now remember, you want to cook it low and slow for that moist bird and the crispy skin. And you'll get the beautiful caramelized vegetables by setting it and forgetting it, but don't move them around, okay? Got to do what Colicchio says now.
That's right, words to live by. Thank you. We'll see you all next time for more good food and good dish.
Bye, guys.